From fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Casino Secrets with Vegas Vic and Ziggy.
Okay, how do you feel about ace-king suited under the gun?
Ace-king suited under the gun. Well, you know, when you are in early position in poker, what you have to do is kind of gauge the game. Now, first of all, if it's a cash game, it becomes different than if it's a tournament. If it is a tournament, then I would play differently if it was in the early stages or middle stages or latter stages of the tournament. In the early stages, if it was ace-king suited, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If it's ace-king suited in the early stages of a tournament, I would probably just try to limp in and see if there was not too much of a raise, because in the early stages of the tournament, the blinds and there are no antes in early stages of the tournament, but blinds are small, and the action is not that big relative to the amount of the starting chips that you've got. So it's probably worthwhile to limp in. In the middle and later stages of the tournament, it would depend on where you are positioned relative to your chip stack and your opponents, and who's likely, from your observation of the gameplay of the table, would be likely to come in over the top of any kind of an action. In a cash game, in a limit game, it's always worthwhile to try to limp in, because ace-king suited, even under the gun, can become a fairly powerful hand depending on the flop. But of course, if the flop is ragged and you don't have anything, you're better off throwing it away. But I would say in a pot limit or no limit game, cash game, it will depend very largely on what kind of players you have behind you. And in most cases, I would probably just try to limp in. If there is too much of a raise, I would probably throw it away. And if I knew what kind of players I have behind me, then I would probably just toss it.
Get out one of your promotional things. Someone says, what are the best slots to play?
Best slots to play. Okay, now wait a minute. I gotta show you. This is the cover of my ebook called Great Casino Slots, Volume 2. Now, if you are going to be watching this on our channel at LasVegasLiveTV.com, then I will also show you graphics that are a little bit better than these printouts. Now, the question was best slots to play?
Yes.
My personal favorite slots to play are Video Keno. Now, I know it sounds strange, but there are reasons for it. For example, if you play video poker on a 25-cent machine, you gotta play 5 quarters. That's $1.25. To win $1,000 for the Royal Flush, you're facing odds of about 44,000 to 1. If you're playing a 10 spot on Video Keno and you bet $1, which is 25 cents less than on the video poker, to win $1,000, all you have to do is hit 8 out of 10, and your odds are only 7,500 to 1 against. So when I play, I like to play Video Keno because I hit that $1,000 much more often than I would ever hit it on a video poker machine. Now, yes, some people might say that Video Keno is boring, but it really isn't if you get more into it. Now, I've written an entire book on it called Powerful Profits from Keno, and I show you some patterns that to play and so forth. So I would say that the best slot machines for winning and winning more consistently is Video Keno. But there are a whole slew of modern, great and entertaining video slot machines, primarily, many of them with really exciting features. And those are the ones that I have profiled in this particular book. There are about 100 new great slot machines, and I describe to you what they are, which ones are medium, low, medium, and high volatility, and what that means, how to find them. And the best thing about this kind of a book is that it allows you to learn about the games, what pays what, how, when, and for what reason, before you get to the casino and start to play with your own money. Okay, we got a fly around here. Did you know that, Ziggy?
Yeah.
There's a fly buzzing around here all the time?
I have a fly.
Yeah, you have a fly, and the fly is not open, is it? So what's our next?
Speaking of slots, do you like Wheel of Fortune?
Absolutely. I like Wheel of Fortune for several reasons. First of all, I've always been a fan of the television show, and so that's a good reason. Wheel of Fortune was also developed by a very good friend of mine, and that's Joe Kamenko. And he's a game developer he's very famous. He also developed Superman and Batman slots and all that other kind of stuff. But he's chiefly known for developing the Wheel of Fortune slot machines for IGT. Great guy, by the way. There are now many different versions of it. Of course, when that game started, it was a 25-cent game, and of course at $1 game. Now you can have it as a $5 game. There are also video versions of it and so forth. Now, one of the things that's good about the Wheel of Fortune slot machine is because you get to spin that wheel, I think about an average of every 35 or so pulls. Now that's mathematical average, and that varies depending on the denomination. In the lower denominations, it can be somewhere around once every 70 spins or so. In the higher denominations, probably once about every 35 or so. But that doesn't mean that it's going to happen like clockwork each one of those spins. That's the mathematical statistical average. So many times when I've played this machine, and I like to play it myself, you get several of those bonus wheel spins after each other, and some of them pay fairly well. Many of them pay the low amounts, but once you get into the wheel spin, you get at least something, and that gives you more credits to play. And the fact that the wheel spins so often and hits on some of those pretty decent pays fairly often as well is one of the advantages of that machine. Plus, you can sit there for quite a while if you just play 75 cents, which is 3/4 a pull, 3 credits, of course, now because machines don't use coins anymore. Or $3, or I think it's $2 actually. There's a version of it on the $1 machine that pays $2, and so it's extremely good value to play that. Of course, the jackpots are in the millions, so I find personally the game is very entertaining. As far as major wide area progressives, this is one of the better ones.